Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be building the iflight ix5 ultimate frame from iflight RC, and I'm also going to be using this four-in-one. It's an ESC and a flight control all-in-one. It's called the Poseidon all-in-one flight control. I'll have the name on the screen for you guys. Anyways, this is the iflight's rebranding of the Asgard. So this is the Asgard. I believe these are the V2s, so these are the good ones. These are the ones we reviewed also. I'll leave a link in the description for the review of this. So right now, what I'm going to do, I was going to put Emax 2205s motors, but I actually ran out of motors in the house, so I bought these to test them, and I guess this would be the perfect time for them. Once the Emax come in, we could put them on also. So these are the Racerstar 2306s, 2400 kV. So I'm guessing these are going to be pretty demanding, and should be a good build. This is something different. So they look nice actually for for cheap motors. They look very nice. Hopefully they perform. I don't know. I haven't actually seen any videos about them. I haven't really searched them, so I'll probably search that tonight also on that. So the wires are long enough. That's good. It's going to be a very clean setup. So this is basically the OSD, the flight controller, the ESC, and the power distribution board. Basically, this is all right here. However, the VTX will be running from the battery terminals, so we will put a low ESR capacitor, and I will stick a 1000 microfarad low ESR capacitor. We need it. I just don't want to burn my VTX. So hopefully there will be no noise. Hopefully it'll run perfect. If it doesn't, then we're gonna start debugging this and seeing how we can make it run perfect, because it's very awesome. Really, like if we get this to work, this is so awesome. Really, I really love it. But I have a feeling it's gonna have a lot of noise. But I'm willing to go through and see how we could fix the noise. So I bought every LC filter I could find on Banggood and other websites, and we could also try those later on. But right now we're just going to stick 1 microfarad low ESR capacitor here, and then if we still see noise in the OSD, I will take the 5 volt regulator on here from one of these pads, and I will actually put a 16 volt low ESR capacitor on one of those because they're a bit smaller, and I think that should be more than enough. If not, then we'll probably add a low current filter, or we'll put a step down converter for the VTX. If the noise is on the VTX, we could do that for the VTX. If the noise is on the OSD, we'll just put a capacitor on the OSD. So that should be good. So let's get started. Oh yeah, and before we get started, the camera I'm going to be using is the Foxeer XAT600, and for VTX, the Eachine TX526. Everything will be down in the description below. So, yeah, alright, let me get everything ready and we get started, guys. Alright guys, so this is the F4 flight controller, and they do have more sensitive gyros. So what I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to use rubber dampeners. However, this Poseidon Asgard does not come with any wires, so that's how you get it. And you have to bring your own wires. But what's so cool about this is they give you the pads here, so you can just solder them onto here, and you could check that in the review of the Asgard. It's the same thing. So yeah, let's get started. We're gonna put these on. We're gonna install these first. Okay. And I don't know the orientation. I kind of forgot, so just give me a moment to double check that. Alright, so this seems to be the correct orientation here. The battery pad would go on the right, and the SD card would be up on top, the SD card expansion. So that's good. So I'm just going to stick some nuts on here just to kind of hold it in place so we can start. And I'm very, very, very curious and excited for this one. If it does perform, then I'm actually going to change the motor to something a lot better. So let's see. Okay, we have the standoff here. So this is going to be a bit tricky. Maybe we're gonna stick them in through the bottom. I think would be the best. So we're gonna start with the motors first. Usually I don't do that. And I believe we do have a beta flight pass-through, so we could just reverse them and BL heli. So that would be good. It's gonna cause a lot of stress and tension. Okay, that's one. Just double check if all of them are going to fit before we actually start soldering. Yeah, that's going to be very good. So that's good. I'm very happy I don't have to modify any of the wires. Just double check all of them are in good. There we go. So like this, and let's get started with these guys. So that's very good. I'm very happy and pleased. I'm gonna set it to 430 degrees. It was gonna be 420 degrees Celsius, just to give us that quick, you know, just to heat up the pads very quick and very nice, and then just to get in and get out, because it's gonna be a bit tricky in a way. Well, it's not tricky. It's just because I have the camera in front of me, and it's a bit annoying, I would say, but I've kind of learned how to deal with it. So the solder station is heating up. I'm probably gonna rip these off, just because that would give me more room and stuff, because I don't need these here, and it'll save us some weight also, so that's good. Alright, the station is ready. Let's start with the farthest. Maybe we should keep that for last. Now let's start with this guy. Nope. Let's start with this guy. Okay, that's good. Let's push this guy up now. I want to make sure that they don't touch on the bottom. I can already see the flux between them. So let me just put this down. That's impossible to do, really. So I'm set at a 90-degree angle. So let's see if the solder on the wire would melt a little to hold it, kinda. Yeah, okay, that's good. Perfect. There we go. We got our first one. So I'm gonna do the rest of them, and then I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so I got them in. I had to extend the front wires because I just remembered this frame has different dimensions. So these stick out more than these, and these stick out more. It's different. So you could watch the review if you missed that. So this is kind of a weird orientation, and I'm just very curious to try it out also. So I've soldered them in. It doesn't matter the orientation right now, because we're just going to reverse them in BL Heli, because I'm not going to take just the headache with this. These I should have put heat shrink, but I forgot, so we're going to leave it. I'm just going to zip tie them or tape them so it would hold them in place. Now we're going to go to the camera. However, the camera, I actually want to try a new camera that I bought. They were pretty cheap. This one, it's a 700, I think, TV line. Yeah, 700 TV line. And it's oh no, we're not going to be trying this one because it's just 12 volt. I didn't notice that. Okay, so we're sticking back to the Foxeer. So let me grab the Foxeer wire and plug it in. Start soldering it. Or before actually we start soldering, I'm actually going to rip these off. So because since these are on the outside, I actually want the soldered wire to be going in. I don't want it to be popping out and then coming back in like that. So we're going to grab ourselves some pliers, and we're just going to rip these off. Hopefully they rip off clean without messing anything up. So I'm just going to lift this up a little bit. Okay. And there we go. And there we go. Yeah, that's clean. That's perfect. So now in theory, we can just solder the wire on to the inside like this. So we don't have to deal with anything hitting the way. So now it looks a lot cleaner, it looks a lot better. So let's prepare those pads actually, and then we grab the camera. So what we have is the first one will be ground. So this is going to be All right, so the camera died. So we ripped them off, and now we're gonna solder the ground pad. So this is the ground. We're gonna put solder on it, prepare it. This is gonna be ground for the camera right there. And hold on, where's my cheat sheet? Because I don't remember the orientation. Okay, and then this is gonna be 5 volt. And this is gonna be our video in. And this one's gonna be our ground. And video out and ground. Perfect. So let's grab the camera wires and the VTX wires. Alright, so I prepared the camera wires and we're gonna do that now. So we had ground is the first pad. Okay, make sure the tip is clean. Alright. So, and we're gonna do it actually the other way around. So we're gonna have to do it this way. So in theory, we flipped it. So this would be ground. The first pad for facing us is ground. Okay. And then we have 5 volt. Okay, and we have video in. Actually, I think I'm going to take the ground and ground it by the video in and video out. Maybe they did that on purpose for a reason, the way they've set up the hardware. It could make a difference, so we're going to actually do it and stick it that way just to be on the safe side. Okay. Perfect. So now we got our ground, our camera in. So let's just twist the wires a bit. Just do it. Okay, there we go. It's perfect. Zoom in, check it out. So it's good. I like it. Alright, let me get the VTX wires now. Alright guys, so now we have V out. So I prepared the wire. And V out. Okay, and then ground. We should cut a little bit more off of the ground. Don't forget the power is going to be coming from the battery. So once we put the battery terminals, then we'll stick that in with the XC60 connector. Alright, that looks good. That looks clean. Oh, no, it doesn't. From here I can't see, that's why. Okay, does that look good? Yeah. Alright. So that's good. Okay. And now we stick the... You know what, something? I forgot something. Where are we going to put the receiver? So the receiver is going to be on the other side, and that's going to be a pain, actually. Okay, so it's not a problem. We'll figure it out. Right now, I'm going to put the XT60 connector here, and then we could take it from there. I'm going to heat up the pads. And what I did right now is I prepared a 1000 microfarad low ASR capacitor, which will stick here, and we're just going to keep it kind of flexible. Now, it's recommended to use right on the pin with the on on the metal part. The smaller gauge wire is the better, but we're just gonna use this for right now as just a quick test since it's already ready, and hopefully it'll be good. All right, so we're gonna prepare the pads now. Okay, that seems good. Let's prepare the wires. Just burned my hand. Damn. Alright, so we're going to start with the positive right here. It's going to be a bit tricky, but we should be able to do it just fine. Oh shit. There we go. Same thing for this guy now. Okay, that's good. It's good enough. Alright, so that goes down like so. This is good. We need to give it power, and we need to give it a low ESR capacitor. So let's grab the low ESR capacitor. You guys be careful, because that burn is one of the hardest burns I've gotten so far, and it's actually a bit painful. So this is going to be a bit tricky now. Damn. We're going to need to put the power with the VTX power, and we're going to have to put it with the battery terminal. So this will be a bit tricky somehow. Let's see if we can kind of get them to stick together. Okay. Oh, shouldn't have moved it. Okay, so that's good. It's going to be very, very tricky. I had to hold the hemostats with my mouth right there and then grab it. So that's good. Nice. Now this guy. It's hot. Alright, so we have a low ESR capacitor installed. That's good. Okay. What now? Now we need to... Actually, let's plug everything together and see if it actually works. So that would be a good first step. So let's grab the camera and the VTX. Again, I plugged everything in. Before plugging in the battery, let's first check for shorts. And there we go. Okay, so first we'll start here. That seems good. Let's check this ground. So something is touching. That's ground. It's ground. It's ground. Ground. Oh, I think we're fine. I don't know. So when in doubt, just get the brush and scrape the flux. Alright. Where's the toothbrush? There it is. We're gonna have to be very gentle here. Because the wires are crap. Okay, that's good. Now in here in the middle we do have some flux right there. Can you see it? Now, see? That was just flux right there. Turn it around. Double checking behind this. It's a bit difficult to get in there, but we do have some flux, so we want to try to make sure. There we go. This little resistor. Okay. And that's good. So let's plug it in and prepare the VTX and see how it's gonna go. So here's the camera, here's the VTX. It's a bit wet, so just give it a little bit. This stuff dries very quick, so should be good now. Let's try it out. Good. That's very good. So let's change the VTX. We need channel 2. AA, perfect. Okay. In theory, we should have signal now. Shit. And we do. The OSD is not showing up, so that's strange. I think I have to change it from NTSC to PAL. I had to do that before. So that's good. We have feed here. Let me show you guys. So yeah, that's good. All right, so it didn't catch fire. It's running. Let me mount the. I'm gonna put iBus on this guy, and then I'm gonna put it together, and then we come back and check it out, and I'll check the beta flight configuration. Why? This is the second time this happened to me. The first time it happened to me was with the DYS F4. I had to just keep turning it off and on the OSD until I changed it back and forth to PAL and NTSC until it actually connected. So that's kind of strange. So well, that's good. So far so good on this build. It's very clean. Just get a little small receiver on this guy, and then we can take it from there. So be right back, guys. Alright guys, so the iflight ix5 ultimate frame is done with the Asgard, or also known as the Poseidon from iflight. This was the Poseidon. They're the same thing, just that one's that name and this one's that name. So this is from the iflight Asgard. This is the iflight Asgard, I would call it, and we just set it up. It's very nice, very clean. We do have a low ESR capacitor because I really do believe this is gonna need one. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty fun one. I wonder how these motors are actually gonna be. I'm very curious. I've never tried them, so they were just sitting there. So I just said, hey, what the heck? Let's try them on this one. Everything went good. So everything turns on. Everything's fine. No smoke. No nothing. So we're gonna quickly weigh it, and then we should be done. So let's calibrate the scale. Oh wow, it's fairly light. I mean, not fairly light, but it's lighter than most. It's 290 grams. It's just absolutely empty inside, so I mean that says a lot. So don't forget, there's no propeller. This is just dry weight, no propeller, and no, what is it called, the battery strap, no battery strap. So 290 grams. So this should be a good one. I'm hoping it's a good one. I don't know how much thrust these motors have, but time will tell. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to have this guy flown tomorrow, and this should be fun. So that's going to conclude it for this video, guys. And if you guys have any questions or any suggestions, just feel free to let me know. And that's it, guys. So take care, and I'll see you next time. See you guys.